across the nation yesterday, those men and women who are saying enough is enough on violence against women. We have had a spike in the number of murders of women this year. The Prime Minister was there. There's been some criticism, some claims and counterclaims about what was said. Importantly as well, there will be action in National Cabinet on Wednesday. Joining me live now is anti-domestic violence rally organiser Sarah Williams. Thanks very much for your time. Just briefly, how do you feel with yesterday? There is a National Cabinet. Something is happening. What's your feeling as you wake up today? What the result has been from yesterday?
I was appalled, gutted, and quite traumatised, to be completely honest. I wasn't happy at all. I don't think a National Cabinet's going to do anything because it's just Anthony Albanese, sorry guys, it's just Anthony Albanese meeting with other premiers and other people in the area, rather than it being, you know, organisations and advocates and people who are with victims every single day.
So you'd like them to have input. The positive around National Cabinet is, you know, you need federal and state laws and funding. So things you're after, such as funding, a change to laws around images that can be showed, including from media, obviously, alternative reporting options. These sort of things would need to be worked out at a government level. Isn't it a positive that they'll all be discussing this on Wednesday?
They're not discussing our demands is the issue. They're discussing violence against women. I think that this is just, you know, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of Wednesday, but I don't think they're going to come out of Wednesday with they've committed to our demands, because if so, why would he have done what he did yesterday? And my thoughts is, you know, with the demands, he needs to actually work with us. One of the things I called on him in the audience yesterday was, will you meet with us to start a conversation about these campaigns and get the information and knowledge? And they did not answer. So that to me is like, how's that going to do anything if you haven't actually met with the people to get the insider knowledge?
So part of all of this, in terms of what actually happens, you've said, or there's an allegation the Prime Minister said in response to all of these calls, I'm the Prime Minister, I run this country. He said he didn't say this. Do you stand by? Are they the exact words he said?
Yes, those are the exact words he said, but I've not been told that he hasn't said he didn't say it. I've been told he's avoided the questions all day. He said that whilst I asked everyone if we wanted him to speak, and there was about 20 or so people behind that heard him say it.
So 20 or 30 people heard him as well, because he says there were cameras there were microphones there, check yourself. Do you have any evidence of him saying that, given how central this has all become?
Yeah, we do, and we have many witnesses going on 2GB radio tomorrow to discuss with them. That will be going live.
Right, but you're saying you've got a recording of him saying this?
We've got our recording, that's the live stream, but he's behind, so we're waiting to get the recordings for if anyone got audio from the background. But just because if someone didn't get audio of him saying it doesn't mean it didn't happen. That's victim blaming at its best. And our organisation is called What Were You Wearing Australia. We're about ending victim blaming, and what you're doing right now on live TV is victim blaming me. So please don't do that. One of our demands...
No, I was just asking you because you...
No, but our third demand, if you actually knew about the campaign, was mandatory victim blaming prevention training for media personnel, so they don't victim blame victim survivors. What you're doing right now on national TV is victim blaming me, and I don't like it whatsoever, because people who watch who are victim survivors will think that's okay to do, and that's what encourages men's violence.
Okay, well, I'm not seeking to do that. It was a question around merely the element of whether this was said or not. When you said there was a recording, I was just asking about that. Okay.
And I'm saying it was said.
I'm not doubting that.
And that there'll be witnesses tomorrow that will be speaking about it.
Okay. We don't seek to stifle anyone. That's why you were invited on today. If those people want to talk to Sky News tomorrow, they're welcome as well. By the way, if you want to contact anyone at Sky, and they're welcome to do that as well.
To be honest.
Okay.
I was told I'd be speaking to someone who was trauma-informed and wouldn't be victim-blaming, so it's pretty disappointing, guys.
Okay. Well, it was merely a question around a recording when you said someone recorded it, so I was just trying to clarify that.
No, I said yes, it didn't. I clarified it straight away. You didn't have to ask it another time.
Okay. In terms of where all of this goes as well, so the actual action that you want taken, given this is happening on Wednesday, will you seek to, talk to either the Prime Minister, Katie Gallagher, again put forward the 5 changes you want in particular to get them to discuss, tell them why that's important and seek to have them as a central part of that meeting?
Yeah, I've already asked that I want to meet with them and I want to work really closely with them to actually, if we don't work together on this, things won't get changed. I've already asked. All my media today has been saying that, calling for that, but I've heard from no one all day.
Okay. And do you have some hope that, and I understand today, you woke up, as you say, feeling pretty distressed, but do you have some hope that this is getting so much attention yesterday and there is a meeting happening? Do you feel as though at least a lot of people are talking about this, a lot more people are taking it seriously, and there were plenty of men out there in the audience as well, which really matters, that it's not up to women to fix this, that men were there alongside partners or sisters or mothers as well?
Yeah, no, I think the fact that this is everywhere across the media right now, it's being spoken about so much, we never hear it being that forefront in the media, across all media stations as well. So I think that's really good because it's going to start more conversations and a whole range of things. Also, I do have hope because hundreds of thousands of people turned up, and yeah, you're right, so many of them were men. And I think, so many amazing people came together to make these rallies happen. I think, just in general, community attitudes were definitely changed and, really reflected on yesterday, which I think was really good. I think the rallies were successful. I think they were really, really good. And that's why I hope that eventually after all this, the media actually reflects and, looks at how successful and great these rallies were. That we created 17 around the country in a matter of about 10 days. And so many people have gotten to have a voice, share their stories, and meet other people and connect and just heal together, which is what people need right now, as much as we also need change.